Well, hey everybody, I just wanted to show off some of my really cool Sonic the Hedgehog toys off to you all here. I want to welcome you all. This is my 861th video special. That's just a sampler that I'm using on my phone. All right, everybody, so I want to show you all some of my really awesome Sonic the Hedgehog toys off to you all today. And guess what, everybody? I just got some really cool new Sonic the Hedgehog toys, so I'll be showing those off to you here really quick. All right, everybody, get psyched up for this. Get psyched up. All right, you all ready for this? All right, so here's my really cool new Sonic the Hedgehog toys. All right, so I'll show you all my new Sonic the Hedgehog toys after I show you all my other Sonic the Hedgehog toys. All right, so before I get into this, I want to mention that some of these toys light up and make sounds. So I think I'll start off with these ones first. These ones you can just move around the limbs, you can move around the arms, you can move around the feet, you can move around the heads on these ones. Both of these are the same, and this one's just the same one as these other ones here. So those are those ones. I'll move on to this one next. This one you can move around the limbs really easily. You can move around the arms, move around the legs, you can move around the head. Then I have these other ones here. These ones are identical, of course. They're both the same toys as each other. You can move around the limbs and the heads on these toys. And now I'll move on to this toy here. This one doesn't have a leg, but you can make it as if he's just hopping around. But yeah, you can move around the arms, you can move around the leg there, you can move around the head. Just looks so cool, such a neat toy. So that's that toy there. Now I'll move on to this one here. This one's more of like a flexible Knuckles toy, of course. You can move around the the arms there and sort of flex them around. You can move the legs and you can move the head around. And that's that toy there. So I got this little Sonic the Hedgehog head. It didn't come with a body, but that's no big deal. So yeah, those are those toys. Don't worry, I'll be getting to these other awesome toys here. Some of these toys light up and make sound. So some of these toys here are, of course, McDonald's toys. These are the McDonald's toys. Can't really do a whole lot with them, but it's still really awesome to sort of like play around with them, you know, spin them around, stuff like that. So those are those toys there. Got these awesome toys here. These are Tails. All right, so with these Tails toys, you can move around the limbs really easily. You can move around the arms, you can move around the legs, you can move around the heads on these toys. And man, these toys are really neat. Oh, Tails fell off this one. All right, so you can move around the head, move around the arms and legs. I'm gonna put the Tails back on this guy. All right, so Tails is all fixed up now. All right, so those are those toys there. Now I'll move on to these awesome toys over here. These toys scoot around. They're so neat. All right, so with these toys, you just pull them back and they're supposed to scoot around. So you just push down hard, pull them back, and they're supposed to scoot around. But mine are pretty old, so they don't work that great right now. It's not really working that great right now, these ones. That's no big deal, though. They're still really fun toys. So, oh, there we go. It worked pretty great that time. But yeah, so those are those toys there. All right, everybody. So now I'll move on to these toys over here. So this one is Sonic Werehog, and this one is Metal Sonic. So you can move around the limbs, you can move around the arms, you can move around the feet, you can move around the head on this toy. And that's pretty much all there is to that toy there. So now I'll move on to this toy here. This one, you can move around the arms, you can move around the feet, you can move around the head. And that's that toy. All right, so now I'll move on to this toy over here. This toy lights up and makes sounds. So mine, the sound is broken. The sound doesn't work on this one anymore, unfortunately. At least right now it doesn't, but it's no big deal. It's still a really cool toy. So this one, you can move around the limbs, you can move around the arms, you can move around the legs, you can move around the head. And this one, you just pop in some fresh new batteries in there. You can open it on the back. You pop in the batteries in the back there. And all right, so the shoes light up all blue when it lights up. And the way this toy works, you just press down on the part there and lights up like that. It's so cool. It's such a neat toy, right? So that's all there is to that toy there. So now I'll move on to these other awesome toys over here. So I'm sure some of you already know this, but these toys here are all EXE. So these ones, you can just move around the heads on this one here. This one you can move around the head. This one you can also move around the head. And then this one you can move around the head. And this one also lights up. All right, so when you want it to light up, you just press that button on the back there. And whoa, it's really bright. All right, so let me get it. There we go. It's so cool, right? This looks so cool. Such a neat toy. So that's that toy there. So now I'll move on to, I think I forgot to show you this toy. Doesn't do anything. I'm just messing around. But yeah, you can move around the limbs, move around the head. That's all there is to that toy there. All right, everybody. So now I'll move on to some of these really awesome ones over here. I think first I'll start off with this one here. This toy lights up. The head lights up. All right, so you can move around the limbs, you can move around the arms, you can move around the legs, and you can move around the feet. You can move around the head really easily with this toy. It's got that awesome scarf on him there. You can move around the torso. And this toy, of course, lights up. I already said that. So you just press the button on the top on his head there, and lights up just like that. It's so cool, man. Such a neat toy, right? So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to that toy there. And so now I'll move on to this toy over here now. All right, so these Sonic toys both go together, and this Sonic motorcycle toy here, this one lights up. It's really awesome. You just scoot it around. It looks so cool. So let me show you how this toy works. You just press that button there and it lights up, and it's so cool, right? All right, and we'll scoot around like that. Such a rad toy, right? All these toys are so cool. I'm doing a wheelie. All right, so when you're done, you just turn it off like that, and that's the toy. So that's how that toy works. So now I'll move on to this toy here. This is a Burger King toy. So this is game, but it's also a toy. So the way this one works, you're supposed to line up the gem in the center there, and you're supposed to guess which bucket the gem is going to land in, either the blue bucket or the red bucket, and you spin it, and whichever bucket it lands in is whichever bucket it lands in. So that's that toy there. And now I'll move on to this toy over here. This toy is so neat, so cool. I think I'll bring this one over here also. Both of these toys are a lot similar. They are both Creepypasta EXE Sonic toys. So this one's EXE Sonic and this one's Creepypasta EXE. Oh, it just fell over. All right, so let me show you how these toys work. Both of them are supposed to light up, but I don't have lights for either one of these. Or a bag for them. No big deal though, they're still really awesome toys. So yeah, these toys, let me show you how they work now. You can move around the limbs really easily, you can move around the arms, you can move around the torso there like that, you can move around the feet, you can move around the head really easily, and that's where you put in the light in there. It's supposed to glow, stuff like that, light up. And of course this one's Werehog Sonic Creepypasta one, and then this one Sonic EXE Evil Sonic. Why the heck is he doing that kind of stuff, you know? Anyway, Sonic, why are you doing that, Sonic? What the heck's wrong with you, man? Anyway, whatever. It's just a toy. It's so cool, man. It's such a cool. All these toys are so cool, right? All right, so this toy, you can move around the limbs really easily. You can move around you can move around the arms. You can move around the legs. You can move around the head on this toy. You better subscribe. All right, so that's that toy there. It's really cool how you know, you could have like both of these toys doing some sort of like fighting motions, you know, kind of have them like that, stuff like that. Kind of have to be careful with the limbs with these toys though, or this one in particular though. All right, so you can make like as if he's doing some sort of slashing motions. Both of these toys, they work so well with, you know, they look so pretty realistic too, you know. Really cool toys, really awesome. So those are those toys there. So now I'll go ahead, I'll move on to this toy over here. This toy is so cool, man. All right, everybody, so with this toy, you can move around the limbs really easily. You can move around the arms. You can move around the legs. You can move around the hands. You can move around the feet. You can open and close the fists. And you can also move around the head really easily. And also, this toy lights up. It makes sounds. It talks. So let me show you how this toy works. You just press that center button there.
Holy Sherbert!
That's so cool, right? Such an awesome toy.
Gotta go back.
Such an awesome toy, man.
I'm Sonic. Holy Sherbert! Gotta go back. I'm Sonic. Holy Sherbert! Gotta go back.
So yeah, that's that toy there. So now I'll move on to my other toys over here. These toys I custom made. Well, this one I did not custom make, but it's another one I had collected. These ones I have custom made myself. Parts of them anyway. Pretty much all I did with these ones is just color them with Posca markers, and I also put on some glow-in-the-dark clay on these here, and I'll get to showing you those ones a little later. First I'll show you this one here. This one, you can move around the limbs, move around the arms, move around the legs, move around the head. So this one, also this one lights up. You just press that center button there. Lights up just like that. It's so cool, right? All right, so that's that toy there, and now I'll go ahead, I'll move on to these toys over here now. So these toys, I'll show you all these ones all at once since it's starting to get a little late at night now. I just want to kind of wrap this video up. So these ones here light up and they also glow. This one has a glow in the dark clay. All three of these have glow in the dark clay on them, and I colored them up with Posca markers also. So I'll show you what these look like in the dark. All right, so those are all those toys there. All right, everybody. So now I'm going to move on to my really awesome new Sonic the Hedgehog toys here. So first I'll start off with Shadow EXE here. He's on his really awesome motorcycle here. So this one, of course, is just an average figurine. Doesn't light up or make sound, but just a really cool figurine with his awesome motorcycle, you know. So that's Shadow the Hedgehog toy there. And so now I'll move on to my really awesome new Sonic toy. And so this one here, I custom made this one myself, of course, along with these other ones over here. So this one I haven't finished quite yet, but it looks so cool, right? So this one also lights up. So let me go ahead, I'll show you what this one looks like. It's pretty cool, right? I think it looks better just when I don't light it up, but it's still really awesome toy. This looks so awesome, especially in the dark, right? But yeah, either way, it looks so freaking cool. There we go, that's a better view. All right, so yeah, it took a lot of time, a lot of effort to custom make these Sonic EXE toys. So those are all the custom made EXE toys I wanted to show you all today. All right, so those are all the toys I wanted to show you all for today, everybody. And I'll be having a whole lot more videos coming out soon with a whole lot more toys. Stick around and stay tuned. Lots more coming your way soon. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. All right, everybody, so that's the video for today. All right, everybody, bye.